Hello and welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. And today I have the Sazerac Straight Rye on my cask. And it's a wonderful bottle, and I've did a little bit of research and I found a rabbit hole of information. I didn't do it fully, but let me give you a little bit of a history about Sazerac. Sazerac actually doesn't come from German, Scottish, Irish descent of the family of Sazerac. They actually do come from the French. Yeah, they were from France. And they came from probably the Cognac region, as they were, or not the Cognac region, I'm not quite sure, but they had a wine field. Yeah, they were wine farmers, and they did wine. And they later came into the eau de vie, as it was called back then, what we call today cognac, where you do basically a spirit out of wine. And that was their trade back in the days. That was the start for the Sazerac family with spirits and alcoholica in general. They actually did move to the New World. I especially say New World because they moved to New Orleans, and that was, I don't know, around 1800, and they stayed there until 1880s or something. And I'm not quite sure when was the Louisiana Purchase, when Napoleon sold Louisiana to the United States. I think it was around 1820 or something. I don't know, somewhere around 18. So maybe they moved just to another part of France in the New World, and then they got sold to the United States. But anyway, they ended up in the United States, New Orleans, and they had. They didn't do wine there. They had a coffee house, and it looked eerily similar to the shape of this bottle, and that's where they sold alcoholica, because a coffee house. New Orleans is a bit different to other cities in the United States. Where other cities are, I would say, normal. In New Orleans, when you come into I don't know if a Waffle House, but a local coffee house or breakfast restaurant or something, they actually ask you if you want to have a margarita. I'm not quite sure, maybe that was a bit biased because I was there when there was Mardi Gras, so probably only tourists and party and boozing people were on the streets. But we were offered margaritas at 8 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock in the morning. So anyway, so that's why they got a coffee house, and that's basically a bar. And they got into the cocktail business, and they are said to have invented the first American cocktail, the Sazerac cocktail. So goes on and on and on. And they got even more into the buying, selling spirits and alcoholica. And they actually eventually ended up buying the Ancient Age distillery in 1992. And they called it then the Buffalo Trace Distillery. My father was there in around, I think 1995 or 1995 or 1996, and they still had water towers, Ancient Age on it. And now Sazerac is being produced by the Buffalo Trace Distillery, as there are many other brands being produced inside Buffalo Trace, Blanton's, Buffalo Trace, and a bunch of other brands as well. And And Sazerac is now, one of the bigger spirits brand in America. They're not as big as, let's say, who's bigger? Beam is definitely bigger, but they are bigger. Ooh, okay. It's so now let's talk a little about whiskey. It's a Sazerac Straight Rye, so it's more than 50% rye. Straight means from only one distillery, and also at least 2 years? It is. That's a bit of an old term. When back in the days they were much younger, the whiskeys. 45% ABV, 90 proof, and it's a very spicy one. You do realize, okay, that's a rye, rough. The roughness of the rye comes through. It has a lot of cloves, a lot of pepper, a lot of allspice in it. A little bit of a cask note with the vanilla caramel, a little bit of sweetness and roundness going on. No alcoholic note, but the The spiciness of the rye is just coming through a lot. As spicy in the flavor. Or even spicy a little bit. Jelly catch going on even, but a lot of pepper, allspice, cloves, and all these baking spices. Really like an old, medieval fair rye bread. In my whiskey, I do like the rye. I really do like it, but it's just because you just have it a little bit, and it's not meant to mix with something else, and that's really, I like it. In my cocktail, I haven't tried that many rye cocktails yet, but I do enjoy it as well, but I don't have it as often. What I really don't like is rye bread, because when you buy yourself a whole rye bread, the first 2 slices, it's nice, cool rye bread, something else than my usual wheat, and after the 3rd slice, it's just too much. Yeah, so I don't know. Do you buy rye bread, or do you eat the normal white and wheat bread, or do you eat something exotic like barley or something? Okay. So anyway, this is here the Sazerac Straight Rye. It is available in the United States at Whisky.com as well. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.